What's good, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. Um, Christmas Eve, how y'all doing? You know, I like to thank everybody that's donated to me this year. Patreon, PayPal, whatever. Please continue to do so. I greatly appreciate it. You can, like I said, you can donate through those events, and everybody's who supported and watched my videos. I greatly appreciate it. It's Christmas Eve, and you're supposed to be in the giving mood. And Alex, and the social justice warriors are giving Alex Trebek hell. Trebek. Let me not disrespect the great Alex Trebek. If you're like me, you've watched Jeopardy. You're a good Jeopardy fan. I remember my dad. We used to watch Jeopardy. We used to watch Jeopardy together. See, and I low key was trying to get answer more questions than he did. You know what I mean? You ever have that competitive spirit? Like, man, you try to get, you try to either you try to answer more questions than the contestant, or the person you're watching it with. That happens with me all the time. Alex Trebek slammed for sexist comment to female Jeopardy contestant. Alex Trebek is being slammed as sexist after turning heads with a question that he asked a female contestant on Tuesday night's episode of Jeopardy. While speaking to Lisa Beth Davis, who ended the night in second place, the longtime host asked her about the jobs before she retired. She's a retired Army Master Sergeant, Trebek said. That must be really tough for a woman because a Master Sergeant is giving orders most of the time. How was it for you? I'm pretty bossy. I'm the oldest. I know how to tell people what to do, she responded. You're the oldest in your family? Did you have brothers? I have sisters, she replied. Did you boss them around? Oh, yes, David replied. So you learned how to do it, Trebek finished. Good for you. Though the Jeopardy hopeful handled the moment well, Trebek asking Davis if her profession was difficult for her because of her gender definitely garnered him backlash on Twitter, with many accusing the game show legend of being sexist. Now let's see what these idiots were saying. Alex Trebek told a female contestant who was a retired Master Sergeant that it must be really tough for a woman to get a Master Sergeant because a Master Sergeant is giving orders most of the time. Alex is 2017. Women can do and be whatever they want. Jeopardy. Bad show tonight. You docked the USMC sergeant on 2 answers she got right. First of all, you can't even spell sergeant, you idiot. And then Trebek says, was that hard for you to give orders all the time since you're a woman? Simplify. There's a joke about Marines, but I'm not going to put it here. Alex Trebek just said to the female contestant who was a Master Sergeant on Jeopardy that it must have been a hard job for a woman given you have to give orders. You said the woman can't give orders. I think I'm going to throw up. That must be really tough for a woman. That must be, Alex said, as a woman and veteran, this is unacceptable. This is some real bold sexism, especially directed at a former U.S. military officer. Alex Trebek paraphrased. You were a senior Master Sergeant. That must have been tough for you as a woman have to give orders all day. Sexist much. I'm not going to read the rest of these. What obviously Trebek was saying, the majority of Marines are going to be men. Now, she's giving orders to these men. He's saying it's tough because sometimes men are going to be looking like, why is this woman giving me orders? That's what Trebek was saying. Not that a woman can't give orders. He's saying the people that she is giving orders to might be hard to receive those orders. It's simple as pie, people. Like, how are you coming for Alex Trebek? As much as Alex Trebek has given to American culture, You people have goddamn nerve to try to come for him. You should be embarrassed. You'll try to find misogyny under every nook and cranny. You look under, is there misogyny under here? Is it under here? Like, oh, y'all people can't be serious with this. Now you know what the funny thing is? Let's look at the comment section and see if they agree with these tweeters. Really tiring how social media has to dissect and critique every word people say. People get a grip. What did he say wasn't true? First of all, she's retired, so she served over the past 20 years or so, and things weren't not so quite progressive as they are today. And also, she is in a job that is traditionally dominated by men, so it must have been tough. Wasn't he pointing out the obvious? That's exactly what I just said. You know what I'm saying? Any person with a brain would have thought that out. I give this person a thumbs up. You know what I mean? It's obvious, man. Lighten up, people. Oh, good grief, I knew it was coming. I actually said to my husband while we were watching the show, Trebek is going to get dragged over the coals for that. My comment was made sarcastically, but I knew the social media political correctness police would be all over it. This is absurd. To see it as sexist would be to pretend there aren't long-standing differences in general stereotypes around wielding power. I thought it was a sensible question. He treated her as a rational adult. Those long-standing differences are called sexism. Yes, it's called sexism. He was pointing out the sexism, not trying to be sexist. He was pointing about that in a usual male-dominant commanding role, she may have had tough times getting the men she was commanding to take her seriously. Not because she was bad at the role, but because the men have had issues being bossed around by her role. Carla Beckham. Like, how, let me dislike this, usually fails at attempt to be clever. God save us from this out of control political correctness. Like, where are we going as a country? Don't say the hell in a handbasket. Well, this is just, I mean, this is another example of, these people are getting outraged over anything, political correctness. And this was, you know what? I'm going to say it. This is why Donald Trump won the election. This political correctness that everybody wants to, has taken hold of this country, enforced by the white liberals, the metropolitan liberals. I love the metropolitan liberals. I use that a lot. But people are tired of it. And that's why Trump won. If anything, to give a FU to these metropolitan liberals that want to have this type of political correctness. This is why Trump won. It's that simple. People should be embarrassed by this, though. I low-key am embarrassed by it. Like, how can you not be embarrassed by it? Alex Trebek is a national treasure. A national treasure. Now, how many generations have grown up under Alex Trebek? You see what I'm saying? On Jeopardy. He's an American icon. And you liberals, you white liberals, have nerve to come for him. You people need to get it together. It's disgusting. There was nothing sexist about this comment. If anything, Trebek was pointing out the obvious. But your liberal left-wing brains can't even think that deeply. because you're in such a quest to be outraged about anything. You can't even use your brain. Your brain is nothing but a hat rack. Goodness gracious. Anyway, this is Uncle Hotep. Follow me on Twitter, Handy Mayhem Uncle Hotep. I owe y'all a podcast. Maybe I'll do it Christmas or something. I owe y'all a podcast, but pay attention to my streams. I just did a stream with my man from Hotep. What's his name? Jordan. I did a stream with my man T-Cat, Israel the God. I'm in interviews with those guys. So check out my streaming content, my live content. I actually have to I did make a playlist with interviews, so check those out. If you want to learn more about Hotep, check those interviews out. You'll get a good view of what Hotep is. Anyway, this is Uncle Hotep. Peace.